Adaku, again I ask, do you really want to do this? Remember, Ogbanje might come after you. If your O.G.B.A.N.J.E can't kill a mere little girl, who then are you to do so? Killing Ogbanje's father is like stepping on the toes of Ogbanje. So be careful before you're being caught, O.G.B.A.N.J.E said, trying to reason with Adaku. And I still remain where I stand, O.G.B.A.N.J.E, and that is to use Okoro as my next sacrifice to acquire more powers. O.G.B.A.N.J.E slowly shook her head sideways. Very well then, Adaku. How do you want his death to be? First, by making him go blind and then make measles plastered all over him before his final death. Adaku answered. Very well then, O.G.B.A.N.J.E said. O.G.B.A.N.J.E started dancing and singing. The great spirit of death, we are in need of your help once again. I am O.G.B.A.N.J.E, the great daughter of Ikenga. I summon you here. O.G.B.A.N.J.E opened her mouth wide, so wide it expanded. Bones began coming out from her mouth one after the other. They started amalgamated together to form a skeleton. O.G.B.A.N.J.E's mouth returned to her normal shape. She turned to face Adaku once again. Since that little girl has some strange powers backing her up, here is the spirit of Ojukwu, the great evil spirit of the old who was struck by lightning ages ago by a god whose name we must not mention. He will be at your services, but I am still warning you again. Do not start a battle which you know you can't finish. End it well. The ball is in your court. O.G.B.A.N.J.E told Adaku. Thank you, O.G.B.A.N.J.E, Adaku said as she bowed in respect. My daughter, may the gods of our land bless you for me. Nena said as she heaped all sorts of prayers for Ogbanje, who had brought her some sweet udara. Amen, thank you so much, Mama, Ogbanje said in appreciation. Ada, you shall succeed in all your endeavors. But Ada, oh, where did you pluck such a sweet udara for me? In Upka Forest, O.G.B.A.N.J.E replied nonchalantly. Surprisingly, Upka Forest? You mean this udara was plucked from Upka Forest? Nena asked to be sure of what she heard. Yeah, the same forest. Do you know only a child of the gods can venture into that forest without getting hurt? I don't know about that, Mama. I just go wherever my feet lead me to. No wonder O.G.B.A.N.J.E and Adaku couldn't help but wonder about her strange powers. Nena thought to herself as she looked at Ogbanje, who was smiling at her. She is being protected by a very strong god. She can see that now. You are a very strong young lady, Ada, and I am so proud that you are my friend and daughter, Nena told Ogbanje. Is it true that Obinwana came to your house to seek your hand in marriage? Ebuka asked Ogbanje. They were on their way to the stream that early morning. Yes, he did, and I turned him down flat. Which lady in her right sense would marry that boastful guy? He is so full of himself. Thank the gods you turned down his offer. I wouldn't have known what to do if you had accepted his proposal. Really, Ebuka? Ogbanje asked jokingly. Really, Ada? Then you better start thanking the gods every day that I did not accept his proposal. But I have this feeling that Obinwan will come back for something, like a revenge. Why? Ebuka asked confusingly. Because I humiliated him. My refusal of not marrying him has gone disseminate around the village, so I think he might come back for me with a plan. Don't worry about that, Ada. I will guard and fight for you. From now henceforth, I am your personal warrior. Of course, warrior Ebuka, come on, we are going late to the stream. Ogbanje and Ebuka laugh off as they quickly proceed to the stream. Papa, I want to follow you to the farm tomorrow and please don't say no. Ogbanje pleaded with her father Okoro. All right, Ada, you can follow me to the farm tomorrow, but do not tell any of your sisters. You know they are too lazy to hold a hoe or a cutlass. Okoro said in a jovial way, prompting Ogbanje to laugh alongside with him. Stand at alert, my child, for trouble will soon beat the drum, and we must give it our best dance. The voice told her, the same voice. She was alone in her room about to lay on her bamboo bed. Who are you, and how come I can hear you and talk to you? Ogbanje asked the unknown voice speaking to her. I am you as you are me. I chose you right before you were even conceived. You are a part of me as I am to you. You are just like a body and I am its shadow. But who are you really? I know that I have powers and I use it for good. And I also know that you gave me that powers. I just want to know who you are and not my imagination. I am Amadioha, the god of thunder. Amadioha? I can't remember a god bearing that name. Well, I did something unimaginable and I was made to be forgotten by one of my brothers, Ikenga. Ogbanje gasped in surprise. Ikenga? All the whole villagers serve him. Even our neighboring villages are not left out. Now listen and listen good. I gave you these powers to stop evil. Something is about to happen any moment from now. I can't tell you. You'd have to find it out yourself as usual and stop it. Be on guard, O.G.B.A.N.J.E. O.G.B.A.N.J.E couldn't felt his presence anymore, and so she slept off, dreaming about Ebuka and her father. The thunder was defeated as the sky darkened. O.G.B.A.N.J.E stopped at whatever she was doing and glanced about the sky and glanced at her father, who was busy clearing some patch of the farm. Then she heard it. Something rushing. O.G.B.A.N.J.E felt something coming towards her father. Why are they now after her father? What has he done to the Ndiamusu? Which is that they are after him? They want to dance to the song of the spirit. She would gladly make sure they have it fully. Papa, can't you hear the sound of a fast-running feet heading this way? O.G.B.A.N.J.E asked as she straightened her ears widely. It is coming from the left, Papa. No sooner as she uttered those words, a strange-looking skeleton made its appearance. O.G.B.A.N.J.E turned to look at her father in the eyes. Go to sleep, father. When you wake up from your slumber, you will not remember any of this, O.G.B.A.N.J.E said as she tapped one of her arms against her father's chest. And quickly Okoro's eyes was shut. He remained standing while sleeping. O.G.B.A.N.J.E turned and gave the skeleton a sarcastic smile. Well, let us begin, shall we? O.G.B.A.N.J.E said, creaking her bones. She was ready to tear a live lion from limb to limb with her bare hands, and this stupid skeleton won't know what hit him. Where did O.G.B.A.N.J.E say she was going today? Adaku asked Uzochi and Ugochi. I don't know, Mama. Papa left very early today to the farm and we think he took O.G.B.A.N.J.E along. Uzochi answered. Oh no! Adaku suddenly screamed as she quickly dashed into the hut and into her room. She brought out a black calabash tried in red. She opened the lid and peered inside it. What she saw nearly made her drop the pot. The skeleton laid in pieces as she gathered it and raised up one of her hands upwards. Lightning came down and struck the pile of bones, raising it forever from the surface of the earth, as if O.G.B.A.N.J.E knew that Adaku was watching her. She lifted her eyes and it met with that of Adaku. She gave out a smirk and pointed at Adaku as if she was seeing her. You are next. Adaku quickly closed the pot and kept it where it was. She did not know that O.G.B.A.N.J.E would accompany Okoro to the farmland today. What will she do now? Adaku thought about it throughout the day till O.G.B.A.N.J.E and Okoro came home. O.G.B.A.N.J.E and Adaku's eyes met and she smiled at Adaku before entering her hut. I warned you, didn't I? You could have used one of your daughters for the rituals and now you have made her destroy the strongest spirit of death, the bones of Ojukwu. How would I have known that O.G.B.A.N.J.E was going to follow Okoro to the farm? If I have known, I wouldn't have sent Ojukwu to him. She took me by surprise today. I'm sorry, N.Y.E. Sorry will not bring back Ojukwu. I told you that O.G.B.A.N.J.E is being guided by a god stronger than our Aku, but you will not listen. And I told you that O.G.B.A.N.J.E can't be beaten. She hasn't found her mate yet. And you think you can stop her? N.Y.E asked, curious now. How then? I will travel back to my village. My mother would have a better solution to this. I am going to my mother's village the day after tomorrow to see her. It has been so long I have seen her. Okay, Adaku, you can go. How many days are you planning to stay there? Okoro asked his wife. 4 days. I will be back after 4 days. Adaku entered inside a shrine. 40 skeletons lay around in the opening. 2 ladies painted in red were at the mouth of a little hole. You are welcome, the great daughter of Amumamiri. Your mother has been expecting you, they said together as Adaku stepped in front of them. Adaku nodded her head in pride and bent down to pick up a white chalk near the little hole. She ate it, and soon started shrinking into a small size fit to enter the hole. Mama, I am back. The lizard that jumped from a high Iroko tree to the ground said he would praise himself if no one else did. So after so many years, Adaku, you finally came to see me, your great-grandmother. A woman voice said. She was old but not too old. She stood to her feet. As she stares at Adaku, Adaku bowed her head in respect, her knees on the floor. If you had agreed to follow my path, you'd be stronger than anyone else by now, including the very one that made me begin this journey in the first place. The old woman didn't give an answer immediately. That Adaku is a deviation. Even if you acquire lots of powers, Adaku, I am sorry to say this, O.G.B.A.N.J.E will still be stronger than you, Adaku. If you are 100 times strong, O.G.B.A.N.J.E is 1,000 times stronger. The old woman told Adaku, who was left speechless.